Selected. Screen.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Tech Tips. My name is Eric Cifuentes and today we're going to continue exploring the accessibility settings that natively come with the iPhone beyond that of VoiceOver and the magnifier. And these settings really enhance the user experience because the setting, for example, that we're going to look at today goes beyond just vision or hearing or motor, but instead is something that can be used by anyone regardless of whether or not they are disabled. And this is called back tap, or this setting is called back tap. And all it is the ability to configure the iPhone to carry out two different commands based on user specification by tapping the back of the screen with one finger, either twice or 3 times to initiate that command. So let's look at setting this up and then we'll look at carrying out the command itself. So in order to set up back tap, we want to go to settings and accessibility.
Hearing device. Camera. Button. FaceTime.
Let me go home. I was still in my control center there. Okay, so now we'll go to settings.
Page 1 of settings. 1 new item. Airplane mode. Switch button. Off. Airplane mode. Personal hots. Notification. Sounds and focus. Screen time. General. Control center. Display and home screen. Accessibility. Button. Accessibility features help you customize your iPhone for your individual needs.
All right, so here we are in accessibility settings. Now we'll use the heading navigation on the rotor. So let me adjust my rotor to headings real quick.
Blank headings.
And now I will go down to motor and physical.
Touch. Button. Assistive touch. Off. Button.
Now I will use a 4-finger single tap at the bottom of the screen to navigate to the very end of the screen.
Double or triple tap on the back of your iPhone.
And this is back tap. If I swipe right,
double or triple tap on the back.
There's nothing there. I'm just hitting the edge of the bottom of the screen. That's what the 4-finger tap at the bottom of the screen does. Likewise, if you did a 4-finger single tap towards the top of the screen, you'd be taken to the first item on the top leftmost corner of the screen. This does exclude the status bar. And we'll look at that in a different video, just some more advanced navigation techniques like those. But for now, let's swipe 1 to the left to enable back tap.
Back tap, on, button.
Mine's already on, so I'll go ahead and turn it on.
Double tap, notification center, button. Triple tap, control center, button.
So my 2 taps are already configured. Double tapping the back of the screen will bring the notification center into view. Triple tapping will bring the control center into view. The control center is pretty cool because if you're a VoiceOver user, the only way to get to the control center when it's not allocated to back tap is by touching the status bar and using a 3-finger swipe up to enter the control center. So let's explore what settings are available to add to back tap.
None.
So I clicked on triple tap. The first one is none, so you could turn it off altogether.
Accessibility shortcut.
And we looked at this last episode where we added the accessibility shortcut and aggregated VoiceOver and other accessibility commands to it. And you can, of course, toggle that by triple tapping the home button on the iPhone SE or iPhone 8 and earlier, or by triple tapping the big side button that also serves as the power button on iPhone X and later. So this is kind of a superfluous command to add to back tap, but it goes beyond accessibility. Check it out.
System, heading, app switcher, camera, selected, control center, flashlight, home, lock rotation, lock screen, mute, notification center, reachability, screenshot, shake, Siri, spotlight, volume down, volume up, accessibility, heading.
And then here are accessibility settings. If you're low vision, for example, you might want to be easily toggle zoom, magnifier, maybe VoiceOver, and you can stack all of these accessibility shortcuts into these commands. But honestly, if you are low vision, you can just add zoom, VoiceOver, and magnifier to the one accessibility shortcut and tap on the one that you wish to activate when you pull that up by triple tapping the respective button. But in back tap, you can aggregate several different system functions to the back tap command. For example, you can initiate a screenshot by double tapping or triple tapping the back of the screen. You can raise or lower the volume, mute the phone, lock the phone, go to the home screen, go to the app switcher, And those two actually, on the iPhone X, I aggregated to a student who was suffering from motor impairments. And that was pretty cool that BackTap exists because he was struggling to maintain a straight line in the iPhone, on the iPhone 12. Going to the home screen was a very big difficult for him. I'm sorry, it was very difficult for him to go to the home screen because he couldn't maintain that line from the bottom of the screen towards the middle of the screen to go home or to activate the app switcher. So we aggregated those two commands to BackTap, and now he's able to go to those respective places by using BackTap. So let's go ahead and show it off. I'm going to double tap the back of my screen.
Airplane mode. Switch button. Off.
That's pretty cool
Actions
right there.
available.
So now I'm in the control center. And that's BackTap. You can do so much with it. The other thing you can add to BackTap, if you are a programmer or a scripter, is shortcuts. You can add 2 shortcuts that you can execute really, really quickly, because with BackTap, you won't have to use the S lady, Siri, and to tell her to activate one of the shortcuts. You can instead double or triple tap that back side of your phone to activate a shortcut. For example, with Seeing AI, if you use the currency channel a lot, there's a read currency shortcut tied to Seeing AI. And you double tap the back of your phone and it'll put you right into the Seeing AI currency channel. So it saves some time. So use this, there's only 2 of them, so use them very, I would say, sit down and evaluate what do you use the most that you find yourself taking an extra few seconds to do and would like to save those seconds. That's basically what BackTap is. It's convenience, but for some people, it's like the aforementioned student with motor issues, it can be a real game changer. So that's BackTap. And stay tuned for our next episode where we continue exploring some of the other auxiliary accessibility settings packaged natively into the iPhone. Talk to you soon, everyone. Take care.